Hey, hey. How's it going, Dr. Raptor? Hope you're having a good one. We're here playing some Rakdos today. Getting prepped for an RCQ this weekend, along with the Degen Open on Sunday, which I'll be streaming here. Locked into some Rakdos for the RCQ on Saturday. We'll see about Sunday. Probably will play it, but we'll see. Thanks, Daybreak. Giving us the, oh, everything's gonna be reset, huh? That's fine. We'll get all our settings in order. It all comes with time. Just the joys. Okay, that's all good. We've been paired. Oh no, this is all terrible. Move this out to about here. These out, close them. Hide this away. Seeing Rakdos cut Liliana makes my brain hurt. It's a tough one. It's definitely a situation where it's been interesting to see. I think I'm playing one main. Let me just get show chat. Okay, there we go. This, as big as that gets. Bar disruption. Alright, so we're probably playing control then. Did my settings reset? In dual settings, input setting. Why did these all reset? Alright, well. What? Just let me fix this real quick. Alright, looks like we're back. How's it going, Elder G Fiend? Stream Without Arena. Moto has returned to us. From the darkness, it rises. Since they're control, I think I'm just gonna lead on Castle. First $1 billion company. The same person that made the League client. Ooh, too true. The League client really is a shoestring held together by bubblegum. It's impressive, actually, when looked at it through that lens. Playing as blue-red control? The Fable? Oh, could be creativity. Probably is creativity. Hit him with a Fable of our own. I'm just gonna kill this. I don't want them to have the option to be able to get any free value off us here. We're in good shape, though if it is creativity, it's a very bad matchup for us. Unless we're able to... Yeah, Shark Typhoon Fable. Might even be Transmog. I wouldn't be terribly shocked if it was Transmog. Getting rid of Fable in this matchup, though, is kind of hard to predict on that one, to be honest. Alright, well, we assume it is creativity. Dreadbore is not going to get us very far. Trespasser's fine. I get rid of Cletus. Alright, we'll take the lands. Not too bad. Can have... Yeah, I can play either of these and still be able to attack, get a Fable. What you got for me, opponent? We killing my Goblin Shaman? Yeah, it looks like it. Oh no, it might also just be a, yeah, big score. Think we're dead. We're dead to creativity for sure. Sure, fine. Now we're kind of pincered because we want to hold this up. That's fine. We'll just pass. We need to be able to kill this in case their creativity is targeting these two. Stomp that. Alright, just keep running it. We have a blood token, but yeah, it's not going to be nice for us if they have another big score. Yeah, another big score. I have a feeling we're going to get wormed here. Yeah, Worm is definitely... This matchup is definitely one of the ones you don't want to see as Rakdos. Yeah, here's creativity for 2. I'll just verify they're the worm version. 3, sure. Alright, we're done. Alright, post board. We want to braid, hit Tsuga. Kind of all we can do, and it's not very good. Really isn't. Unfortunately, it's an example of a matchup where we just don't have the tools. And even if we did, like, you could build out your sideboard as much as you want. This is still a matchup where interacting with their game plan is very difficult. Braid's kind of our only shot along with Hitsuga. Gildred can be pretty good as a clock, just being able to get it down. Force them to big score through it. We have to be the aggressor, they have a ton of removal. We also have to be in a situation where we don't have much good interaction for the game plan, which is the awkward part. Not cooking. I can pin this here. See chat a little easier. Resize as soon as I do that. I mean, this hand has 2 into 3 into Shieldred. Probably the best I can hope for, other than Thoughtseize, but even one Thoughtseize is very rarely going to be able to do it here. Fine. Crypt is nice, guarantees our shield drill down 4, even if they kill our Fable. Yo, how's it going, Johnny? How's your morning? Greetings from Germany. Greetings, friend. We're currently dying a painful and slow death to creativity, but we're gonna fight our way through it. Trying to entice them to kill our 2/2 here. I was gonna say, I was pretty sure Dr. Raptor was also chilling from Germany. I think we have quite a few people from Germany hanging out this morning. But I suppose it's evening where you are. I have to decide what we want to do here. Definitely want to draw Kenzen and probably a Harvester. Play this. Care about this so much. You want to attack? I'm gonna attack. Going off for a trade, it's fine. France at 6 p.m. Does make sense. My geography is mediocre, but I do a reasonable time zone setting from traveling a bit when I was younger. Oh, I haven't had the pleasure to go to Germany yet, or outside of. I did a stopover in Germany on the way back from Italy, but I haven't had the chance to go to much in Germany proper. I've been to England, to France, to Wales, to Scotland. Love to go to Ireland, actually. It's another one I'd love to visit. Been to Italy. Yeah, I'd love. Hey, Shieldred did it. I would love to go to Germany, to the Czech Republic, to Norway, to Sweden, to Japan. Love to go to Thailand, the Philippines. A lot of cool places in the world I want to visit. Obviously, with COVID and all these things, it's been a lot more restrictive on going and doing. If they don't have both pieces of the combo, we could bring in Extinction Event as like a maybe failsafe. I'll bring in one. It's better than push, to be honest. I don't love it, but there are times when they just have to fire off creativity for one. No Thoughtseizes. They're still in here, right? They are. No Shieldred, no 2-drop. On the draw. I want to say we can do better. I really do. Oh, this is much better. I want to get rid of this braid. So I will. I'd love to keep the braid, but it's the cost of doing business, per se. Benaxi, thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. See what you're working with. We're gonna take your impulse. Pop this out. You'll have to bear with me as we adjust settings every couple minutes with the transition. For those that don't know, Magic Online transitioned to a new back end yesterday. Daybreak Games is now running it, so all the settings every time things like this happen reset. So we've been fiddling around a little bit. I'm gonna loot to start. Does it seem smoother? Not really, but it's also not what it's trying to fix. It's mostly ooh, taking a big score here is huge. It's mostly the upgrades of some quality of life stuff that's going to happen down the road, like two-factor authentication is really big. There's been a lot of problems historically with like people getting their accounts stolen and then not being able to, like, you know, reasonably have any protection against it, and so this just gives them the ability to like get two-factor. It'll help with some other things down the line. Hopefully it'll help with stability. Though Magic Online was generally stable, it was a lot of bugs and things. Yeah, exactly. They took over the back end, and now the project is actually going to start kicking off. But step one was getting it on their servers, which took a day. Which, I'll be honest, the fact that it only took a day is a good transition plan. Happy about it. Like all of their accounts in 2012, true. Well, it was only down for one day. I'm sure it took more than one day to prep, but it was only down for one day. Dr. Raptor, what can you expect? They're only $1 billion company. You of all people should know, $1 billion companies can't afford to do anything effectively or efficiently. I don't know. I give Hasbro, I give Wizards a lot of shit for some of their decisions, but at least from the perspective of how clean this was of a transition, I can't be too mad. All right. They have an Odawara. And Cletus. Just more mana efficient. I hate two-factor. I actually love it. I've grown to love it. Especially given that Megan is incredibly prone to getting hacked by virtually any phishing scam that has ever existed. I've learned to love it myself. I hate when my data is safe. True. Yeah, it is definitely a pain when compared to not having to do it. To draw an answer to Den, sure. Gonna draw a card. They did draw, so they don't have Odawara anymore. It's fine. Our clock isn't great, but as long as they don't find Fable's a real rough one. Well, you know what I always say, one good draw begets another. I also work in it for banks, so I have a twisted view on data security. Fair. Yeah, IT and things like that. You're the person who yells at Megan every time her data gets stolen. 10 times a day for work's annoying. Yeah, that's fair. That's why I work on the internets. All my two-factor authentication with Magic Online doesn't even exist. I don't mind two-factor. I always have my phone on me anyway. I say, well, my phone has disappeared, actually. It's somewhere. My desk is, like, exceptionally messy right now, because I need to give it a 5-minute clean, so it might be somewhere over there. I have one in hand. Debating if they want to lose the shaman or make another treasure. Treasure's good. Cat's watching another streamer on your phone. Cat is currently sleeping by the window in the sun. She is zonked. She's had a couple long days. She is. I've been opening my blinds. It's why there's a little bit more light. If you look over by the JoJo's poster, it's a little bit washed out. It's because I've been opening the blinds for her, and because it's starting to creep closer to fall and winter, she wants the heat of the window. Whereas Megan works with her blinds closed for the most part, so she comes and sleeps over here with me. Might be able to see her. Let's see how good the camera is. Yeah, she's vibing out over there. I work in darkness. You're molded by the darkness. I am excited. Hopefully I'll get to play, for Sunday, we're going to be playing the Degen Open, which is Pioneer, as well as I'm playing an RCQ on Saturday, paper. And for Sunday, I have a special treat. I bug fixed Oblivion. So we're going to return to our roots and have some Oblivion streams between rounds. Going to start off a fresh new character. Jump around, kill some mud crabs. Gonna be a good time. Might also play some Marvel Snap. Been loving it, to be honest. I generally don't play a lot of other card games because my brain once I start doing something, like when I play League, when I play Magic, when I play anything, it's like I can play casually for like a certain amount of time, and then when that timer goes off, I either have to obsess over it or I have to drop it. There's no in between. And we're currently in the Marvel Snap period where we're enjoying it. So I've been enjoying it. Yo, how's it going, Dangless? How you been, friend? We're vibing out here, playing against creativity. Is that your excuse for running down in ARAMs? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Megan and I nightly play some ARAMs. We have a competition to see who dies the least. It's only sometimes, not me. A lot of fun though. Worlds being on. Quarterfinals actually starts today. Rogue vs JDG. Worlds hypes me up so much for League. I have a video piece I'm working on about that, like how incredible Worlds is as a concept for League of Legends. Happily trade. Like how it's gotten me to reinstall League and play every day just because Worlds is a thing. And like I wish Magic had something like that for me, and it just doesn't. We don't need this. Five doesn't change our clock. In for 3. Yeah, NA was. I mean, they were technically at Worlds, right? Well, I can't. You know what? I don't want to take too many pot shots at NA in the fact that they at least got out of play-ins, right? Clean out of play-ins. No, this was a bad year for the West. Just an abject failure of an event for the West. God, North America going a full-on 3-15. Just, well. Yeah, only Rogue got out. And even then, they did not have the best showing of it. Alright, that's fine. We'll get our zombie out of the deal. Allows us to crew this, making a token, get in for 5 next turn, 5 the next turn, or 7 the next turn. Yeah, we only got Rogue in, and Rogue also had a terrible week 2. Like, they beat Gam, locked quarterfinals, and then ran it. Just ran it. Ooh, A Digital a late first, almost 30 minutes in. Love to see that. Sneaky, sneaky. Oh. I would like to keep that. Hey, we won. That is a very bad matchup for Rakdos, to be honest. Happy to see us winning that one. There's a couple points there where I think they could have put us on the back foot. Oh yeah. Why sending Cleus to his doom? Mainly it was a situation where they could use up all of their resources, the treasure token, and then we'd get to kill the 2/2. So they would be in a position where they couldn't creativity without finding another couple of spells. and we still have lethal in 2 turns. Whereas if we don't attack, then we're in a position where they could theoretically put us in a position to land some creativities. Because we really didn't want to use the Abrade unless it killed everything there. Because we had to deal with the token and the Fable. But we could have just chosen not to. I think it was still reasonable to get it in there if they're willing to trade the resource. Yeah, mono white's really good. Deck is really nice. The biggest concern I have with it is just Arclight Phoenix and Rakdos. A lot of people have been reasonable. Oh, oh, this is gonna hurt. Well, it's gonna be Kamano, but we're getting Kamano'd all the way down, huh? Okay. Yeah. Kamano. Having a pain land here is not what we're looking for. Oh, alright, well, we're gonna do this. Jeez. Things generally looking scary. That's okay. Would everyone decide Tarkara is better than Boros Red? Because it is. It has a lot better ability to actually close out games than Heroic does right now. Well, I think you have to play 4 Haunted Ridge. I think that's like baseline. And I think after that you can play extra copies of the Painland. But I think you got to start and end with at least 4 copies of... not at least, with 4 copies of Haunted Ridge. Yeah, Tarkus Command's really good. BTE is really good. It's really just that, like, you get to play a turn faster than Heroic. And, like, right now, if green is the best deck, you want to be as fast as humanly possible. And that's kind of the trick, is a Tarkara Red is just faster. Yeah. Okay, Haunted Ridge. I'll just kill this, to be honest. Is this mono green deck's pretty good? Should play at the RCQ. I'm playing this at the RCQ, I think. I think mono green has a lot of predatory matchups right now. Specifically mono white. That scares me a little bit. Scares me a little bit. I'd like to eat this Phoenix chick before it comes back, please. Thanks. Heroic loses harder to Lily 2, 3. Yeah, Lily turn 3 is also really tough for them, though that has gone way down as a actual thing. I want to attack, but I don't have any creatures to eat, and this can't block. I don't know, I was supposed to play Harvester instead of this, and then crack and put this in the graveyard. That was a mistake, because if they stand this up... Yeah, tokens can't block. That was a mistake. And then we also could have had some more tools here. Alright. Oh, that's a phenomenal set of draws, huh? Alright. Stomp that. Yeah. There we go. Mono red splashing white for Boros Charm. That hasn't been a thing for a hot minute, unfortunately. Boros Charm isn't usually worth adding into it as a main staple of a second color. Unless you're like playing Obosh for like Wedding Announcement 2. And these Lily and Thoughtseize, first outs. 1 Croxa can go. I guess Witch's Vengeance is less likely. Likely to hit what we want it to hit. Alright, like this. Yeah, I mean, I feel like people were playing that, like, splashing Boros Charm like ages ago. It's been a long time since that was like a deck in a meaningful sense. mono. That's the one we don't want them to ever have. Gonna show a fatal push face up. We got a BTE. Mage Gagne, or the Mage Gauge. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. Feel free to let me know which one it is. Yeah, it's Gauge. Sorry, in my head I read it French with an N, which is to win. You can tell my years of cool French coming out to play every once in a while. Mr. Worldwide. Pitbull over here. Alright, I'm gonna shock because we may want to braid if they play a 3. Otherwise, we just want to push this. We might even abrade just for the mana efficiency here. Yeah, BTE. If we abrade now, we can shock and do this and kill both next turn. Oh, yeah, that's a no for me, friend. I'll take 3. We draw a non-shock land. Ooh. Alright, well. I was gonna say we're gonna kill stuff, but instead we're gonna eat stuff. And we're gonna block. Blocking is good. Yeah. Parkas command me, please. Yeah. When your Tarkus command deals 3 damage, it's not living up to the potential you were hoping for. Lands? No? Alright, it's fine. We can cycle the extinction event. Shieldred should lock this game up. He's a pain. +4 to escape. Oh, they have 4 now. Ugh. Not hitting land there is rude. That's okay. Yeah, they're just gonna buy it back. Man, we are so stuck under the shielded. This is the freest. Alright, we're gonna go to 3 and then we'll have blocker in this Hidetsuga. And Fable. We're at 3 though, but they've used 2 Atarkus commands. Alright, we're dead to a Atarkus command. Nothing else really kills us here. Well, I lied. Hazard will get the job done eventually. And by eventually, I mean like in 2 turns. That's not ideal. We need this Shieldred in play. Well, Den's not doing it. Castle Locklane will. Shieldred get in play. This is going to chump here. We're going to get a 1. +3 to throw. That's unlucky. Alright, well, unlucky. Game was incredibly winnable. In fact, I'd say we were heavily favored. But alas, do need to get our insta-win 4-drop into play. Alright, sounds pretty good. I'm gonna lead on castle, even though it means we can't fatal push on one here. Yeah, usually they're gonna lead on Kamano. So it's fine. Hidetsuga will let us clear the Kamano, which is nice. Sure. Yeah, we'll take 2. We'll lose this. That's kind of that's a deal, to be honest. Getting to eat Kamano and a 1-drop is pretty huge. This legs all graveyards, then we can Proxa push. Yeah. Alright. That was pretty close to a 3-0. I'm pretty sure their entire game plan revolved around having those cards working. Hidetsuga is a very rude card to have there. Alright. Here we go again. Hey, it's a pile of good cards. We're on the draw too. Have an extra shot at finding land 3 on time. We have our Lily here. One Lily's enough? Well, that's what we're trying to figure out. It looks like we're in a mirror, so Liliana not going to be pulling the most weight anyway here. I think I'm just going to lead on tap land here. I think this Thoughtseize is going to be pitched to Liliana more often than not. Although I do like taking a Fable. Hello, hello. How's it going over on YouTube? Appreciate ya. Trespasser, Kalidas, Bone Crusher. Let's take a Bone Crusher. I tap. We're on Evil Streak this week. I like it. Yeah, we're testing for the RCQ. There's also a Degen Open this weekend we're playing in. Your opinion, what's the best positioned deck to take down an RCQ? It's probably not 5-color Incarnation. I hate to tell you, but it's gonna be red black or mono green. The next tier list is recorded. I recorded it last night. I just have to edit it, so hopefully it will be out tonight. I do have some plans later tonight, but hopefully we can get it out tonight. And if not, it'll be out first thing in the morning tomorrow, but it should be out long before FNM for even the European crowd. Ornithopter confirmed for Brothers War. Standard gonna break? Yes, let's go. I do love a good Ornithopter. Ealdred. Ealdred, huh? Weird. I also have a Shieldred here. I think it's gonna be in a braid. They're gonna play Kalidas and ask us a really unfortunate question about how we feel. I think we're just gonna let this Lily die. Yeah. They're gonna ask us a question we don't feel like answering. Ooh. Not a bad Thoughtseize timing. Take your Fable. Play my own. How's the mono blue versus red black matchup? Favorable for red black. Mono blue can win if you draw too many creatures and not enough interaction, but especially post board, that should be less of a concern. Yeah, it's definitely red-black favored. Also, Jax, it's exclamation point deck instead of deck exclamation point. If you were looking to see the deck list. Yeah, we'll go to 7, go to 6. Golem Tome, not sure if it's archive or regular set. I'm sure it's probably archive, I had to guess, right? We don't need to draw any cards here, we're just dumping our hand. Alright. We're way ahead. We just need them to not draw removal for Shieldred before we draw removal for Kalidas. Too broken for Snare Pioneer? I need to look it up. What we doing here? Draw a card from your library, then discard. Oh, it's just 2 loot? Probably not. That's fine. It wouldn't see play. Not meaningful play. I would expect. They can't attack. We can't attack. We get extra looks at a removal spell here. Blood token. We want it. And also castle. I don't want a castle first. We do want this here. Tough. Tough. I don't want to shock. If I don't shock, I'd have to attack. Well, I could just attack in. That's fine. I don't need to shock. I'll draw. Alright, Thunderdog's fine. Alright, I'll pass. Yeah, we want to keep the blood, unfortunately. Fortunate, unfortunate, right? Like, I'm glad we have some of these cards in old frame retro. That's fair. Pretty neat. Dude, the Shieldred Wars here. Yeah. Yeah. That's gonna happen. Unfortunate, but it's fine. Yeah, we needed to find removal for the Harvester there. Didn't. They found a Fatal Push too. Oh, they're gonna crack blood. Thoughtseize, sure. They are in a weird spot. Like, don't want to use this blood token in case we draw a Harvester exactly. Because then we can, well, if they don't tap their mana, we can never shoot them down. So I think we do just want to draw removal. And we have 2 ways to approach it. We can either kill the Shieldred and win the long game, but then if they killed our Shieldred, we're behind. Or we kill the Kalidas, and then we're just sitting here waiting for the next person to draw. But our engines are online and theirs aren't. Tough. The attack with this glutton, it's also tough because they get to eat a harvester. We get a 5. If we block here, they could have a bone crusher giant. Yeah, do it on your turn in case we had to push. Well, we can always attack, right? If we want to. We have this shaman that can always trigger revolt. We're not required to do it right then. It really comes down to, do we want this in our hand or our graveyard? Urza Tower concept art? That might be in the like mystical archives. Probably will be, right? Like it's Urza things. Okay, final land. Alright, Fable. So they're tapped out. Now we're behind. I'm gonna tap. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Rid of an underdog. Oh, fine. I think we have to leave the Shieldreds in play and kill the Cletus. Do this now in case we draw another, Ooh, good. Alright, so we're set up for next turn, but we did that so we could draw another, Fatal Push, because we get, again, back in. Alright, you're up. Thought the archive was all artifacts, though? No idea. No idea. Oh, it could be Dominator Master. There's too many products for me to ever keep an eye on it, to be honest. I just exist and hope to see the cards I need for standard. Too many products, too many things to keep track of for me, to be honest. I'm a lazy, lazy lad. The Mighty Shieldred Wars. See if they keep their card. They kept it. That's dangerous. That's probably removal then. I think the only thing you would keep is removal or Fable. I think that's it. 4 mana. Another Kalitas. 5. Are we just dead and we didn't realize it? They have 2 creatures in yard. Go to 3. Might be. Might be. Go to 3. Mishra's Command. It's kind of sweet. Maybe they drew a Fatal Push. Fatal Push definitely kills everything. There. Oh yeah, we're just dead. Unlucky. Yeah, we're also dead to that too. We're just dead on board. Took 1 too many hits from our castle. Alright, well. Unlucky. These out, board these in. Yeah, unfortunately, them finding Kalitas put us in a rough spot where we had to hit the Cletus instead of the Shieldred to pull ahead. It was tough though. He pulled it mostly back. Yeah, their Shieldred also drains us first. Okay. Pile of good cards. That's fine. Yeah, their harvests are turning off our plan to loop. It's also tough. Alright, you're up. We got a nice little Fable on 3. No one has a Harvester. Okay. We have a Bone Crusher, though. Here's push. Both of us with some value lands. The good old everything dies, and we're going to sit here for a while. See who gets the last threat standing. The Bank Buster. Fine. Trading one Fatal Push. Destroy that. And play that. See what they have cooking. 4 mana. Yeah, what are you doing? Well, you get a Fatal Push for your value. That's a good one. I have a feeling they have a Bone Crusher they're waiting to use here. Gonna pass. No, no Bone Crusher. Interesting. Expecting it all. Fifth land. Then I have less worried about that at the moment. A command. Alright. Go. I think we're just gonna draw a card here. To start recouping some value of what we're losing. Off mono green or just seeing how the other half lives? Unfortunately, mono green is the much more easily targeted of the two top decks. I think people have adapted to playing so much mono white, Arclight Phoenix, things like that. It's just tough to play mono green versus playing Rakdos. Whereas like the decks that Rakdos are bad against are not as popular. Things like Enigmatic, Creativity. They're just like not decks I expect to see it like your generic RCQ. Whereas like I feel like it's a lot more likely to see the decks that are tough for green to face. I think green is the better deck in an open field too, is the other tough part. It's just a matter of being easier to hate out. Like I said, I think our area also has some skilled Arclight Phoenix pilots that are gonna show up. Parker Red, Rule in general. Like these are all matchups you don't necessarily want to face on green, even though I think green is better. Like I don't want to play the one spirits player in the room either. Like there's just so many matchups I don't want to play on green. And like I'm borrowing red black from one of the red black players who would otherwise be there. A couple of my friends who are red black players are playing other decks to attack other things, I think. So I think Happy to be the bad guy on this one. Crack blood here. Put our own Crocs in the yard. Get their last card here. We're able to not have our thing get eaten, which is nice. Yeah, they just had a land in hand. Put them to 4. Couple lethal threats here. Then Airborg second main. We all have enough sources. Devin ran through the RCQ last Sunday with the Tarka. Half the room was red-black. You just hit mono green over and over again. Exactly. Like I think people are choosing to target mono green, which makes sense given the results it's been having. And it's also easier, right? I think you can list off 5 well-placed decks that are generally pretty reasonable against a lot of the field that attack green. You can only name like 2 that are good against red-black, and most of them are kind of like, even then, red-black can still beat you. Like, the closest to being able to attack both is like a well-built Lotus field or creativity. And like, very few people at RCQs play those decks. So for the most part, you're going to run into like your standard Pillars of Pioneer type decks, and those are all going to be stronger into green than red-black in general. Alright. Killing their Bankbuster was huge for us there. Alright, send it for game 3. What do we got? Yeah. Fan. Look at all these 2-for-1s. You know how I feel about a good 2-for-1. And if you don't, you're about to learn. I do love a good 2-for-1 in my life. Could play this tapped. We could sequence other ways, but I have no need to. We just need to make sure we play a red source here. 1 Harvester, please. I'm gonna shoot this down. Oh. Bone Crusher Giant. The Fated. You got a Fable? Ooh, Trespasser. Sure. Can you eat your own creature here? Might. Sure. I don't want to hold this Fable for a minute. I just play the Bone Crusher. I do feel like there's a good chance they might have interaction for it. Worried about not having removal for like a Shieldred or anything. I am actually going to play 1 Fable. Hey Rakdos, but it's fun. It is. It's a lot of fun. Sergio, thank you for the sub over on YouTube. Appreciate you. Red Black just need to be tuned for that week's meta locally with a few cards tweaked. My mistake was testing on Moto and tuning for the abundance of Greasefang. Only face the mirror a lot. Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, Moto leagues are not representative of our area. Or most areas, unfortunately. That's just sort of the always problem. I do like having the ley lines in the sideboard though, just because I don't want to lose to Arclight and Greasefang. And I refuse to. Alright, we're gonna get rid of this Hive. They're missing lands. They have 4 spells in hand. We could just slow the game down. But I think we want to get closer to double spelling. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, we just want to get as close to double spelling as we can here. I'm gonna play this just because it is harder for them to answer cleanly without spending more than 1 mana. Whereas like a Fatal Push could kill this or this. And next turn we get to just drop these. We want to hold this until this untaps, ideally. They're stuck on resources. All we want to do is just keep 2-for-1ing over and over again until we put them too far behind. That's kind of always what we want to do, but... Oh, I would trade here in a heartbeat. We have our own Trespasser coming. This Bone Crusher does nothing for us. Yeah, I would trade in a heartbeat. You know the rules of Jund matches, which this is essentially a Jund match, is everything dies, nothing gets to live. The rule is last thing standing wins, so just kill everything you can. Bone Crusher, sure. Alright, they found a land. This untaps. We have all our sources. Rock out a Trespasser. Your Trespasser. We're gonna play one Bone Crusher, or not Bone Crusher, Blood Tithe, because they can trade here if we wanted to. Like I said, just getting 2 spells down in a turn is such a pivotal point in the red-black mirror. Because all your spells are phenomenal, so if you're able to do 2 of them and your opponent can't because they're choked on resources or they have a bunch of 4s or things in hand, it gets out of hand fast. You want to attack? I'll trade. I'll trade my 2-drop for your 3-drop. I got another one. Fine. Now my Trespasser's kicking around. Good boar, sure. Paying another cost. Harvester of your own, sure. Stop this. Drop another Fable. They're just fighting resources. Like, we know they have 3 spells in hand. We have 2 spells in hand and a Bone Crusher. So we're approximately even here. Fieldred, sure. I wasn't playing to draw cards anyway. Decline. Wanted to play red black last season but couldn't get the cards. Just played green to hope I didn't have to go through the combo rematch. You're a Jund player at heart. That's fair. Yeah. I remember the first RCQ I went to, one of my opponents, like, I was like, I'll make infinite life, and they're like, okay. And I'm like, you're gonna make me do more things? I'm at infinite, and you're playing red black, and they're like, yeah. I'm like, okay. I see how it is. After that, I was like, I'm just gonna combo as fast as humanly possible, and we're gonna look at each other for a minute. But I really enjoy mono green. I just, like I said, I wish it didn't have so many matchups that were tough. All right, so I can make this a 4/4, so we don't want to attack with this. We attack with this though. Okay, we're gonna trade. I don't hate that at all for us. Play this. I think we just overload the board here. All right, you're up. We have a hive to stand up to. Sure. Play it, I'm sure. Sure. We're just gonna shoot this down. They're gonna crew, we'll shoot this down. 3, 6, 8, 9 damage if we want. Play Fable after. I mean, you have to. If you don't stand this up, you die. So. You're not happy about it, but you gotta do what you gotta do. Can eat Bankbuster. This can eat Trespasser. The 2. Play another Fable. Clearly the red-black opponent splash for Ignis combo and had Ignis is out in the deck. True. That's the real tech. Easy Ignis combo. No, they just got stuck on deploying resources. And like I said, in a matchup like this, all you gotta do is just keep playing everything. I mean, don't run into extinction of it all the time, but like, if you're able to get 2 spells down early, every spell you do is a 2-for-1, so you just pull slightly ahead, and then pull slightly ahead, and then pull slightly ahead, and then pull slightly ahead. Opponent said apparently Fable's a good card. That really is bonkers. Alright, well, the classic gotta play every game. We going for a 15 gamer here? We're up to 3 now. Just doing red-black things, as is tradition. The red-black mirror, play all your 2-for-1s until your opponent runs out of 2-for-1s, and then you play more 2-for-1s, and... Well, I'll take this moment while we're 3-0 to shout out Rogue Energy, sponsor the stream. Currently keeping me nice and hydrated. Appreciate them greatly. If you are in need of some energy drinks or hydration, if energy drinks aren't your thing, be sure to click the link below the stream on Twitch or in the description on YouTube and use code MNG20, that's MNG20, for 20% off your order today. Look at that, right in time. We're up against Stefano. What are you up to, Stefano? Ooh, I wonder if MTG bot doesn't work with the new systems, because I haven't seen it telling us what they last played, but it also might not be tied into the same system since they reset the data on the Moto site, because they need to pull the data from the newest backend. A lot of moving parts in a tech transition. We haven't seen mono white, we haven't seen green, we haven't seen arc light. Played a mirror though, which was something I was really hoping to get to do. I liked some mirror reps. We're up against a Sky Noodle deck. What Sky Noodle are you? Well, double Thoughtsy is good. Removal not always is good into Sky Noodle. Depending. If they're enigmatic, this hand is fine, but also we're gonna get smushed. You know what? I'm just gonna pass. We don't need to Thoughtseize on 1 here. Really don't. There's almost no card in a Yorion deck I need to take on turn 1. They're gonna hit me with like turn 1, what was it? Dragon Master Outcast. That was my jam and control. God, I love that card. I 6-0'd day 2. What green deck? Okay, so it's gotta be Enigmatic, right? Yeah. Yeah, it is. Okay. We're just gonna take Enigmatic, and not care about the early cards. There you go. A beautiful forest from Tempest, huh? Present, sure. Saying something. Yeah, I 6-0'd day 2 of Providence 2016 with Dragon Master Outcast as my like generic sideboard threat card. You just board in every matchup as control because they boarded all their removal, and you're just like play a 1/1, and they're like, "Excuse me, pardon," and then you just kill them. Just kill them. Question is, do they want to? Well, you can Omen and stack your deck so that I can't Thoughtseize the best card. If you see 2 you want to keep. If you only see 1 you want to keep, doesn't quite work out that way, unfortunately. I am going to take this Omen to see, though. Alright. when you take just looks like a bad draft deck. True. Yeah, when you take the incarnations, it gets real tough. I mean, they have a bunch of cards we're scared of them drawing at some point in the game, and we're not pressuring them. The real problem. This is just a matchup that is a nightmare. Like, you can win it with red-black, but God, you're not supposed to. You really aren't. If you're winning this matchup, something went wrong on somebody's side, usually theirs. Ooh, Lockthwain's a good draw just so far as it does give us a tool to be able to get through the cards in our deck that aren't good, which there are many, unfortunately. Yori into hand, fires. Fires is bad for us. Chain this. They have a land, and they're going to put Yori into hand next turn. We are in bad shape. Oh. Stomp and play this. Yeah, 3 mana, draw 2. Pretty good. I mean, it's just a divination. That's a rough one. Oh, the Chandra's cute. Cute card to have. Yeah, draw Orion. Oh, cycle. Now draw Orion. We knew they had to land anyway. Draw Orion, draw 2. Yeah. We kill the Orion. They get a 3 cards, get a 4 cards. Looking dire. Eventually they'll find another Enigmatic. Yeah, oh, the Chandra's a cute one. I'd love to shield Druid, but kill this. Well, guess we can shield Druid. If they kill the shield Druid, I'm pretty happy just going to game 2. And we can take 4. It's not the end of the world. They don't have that many things that answer a shield Druid other than Chain, to be honest. I guess Skyclave, but again, the odds of them finding any one particular... Forgot about Leyline Binding. That one too. Okay. Want these. And... yeah. About it. Good board in volleys, but it's not great. Itsuga doesn't hit anything. Braid doesn't hit anything meaningful. Ollie hits more things than push. Yeah, this is, like I said, this is one of those very bad matchups for red black. You can get under it insofar as, like, if you have a like Thoughtseize 2-drop 3-drop kind of hand. Even this. Let's go 2-drop 3-drop 3-drop. Hope to just race them. Yeah, this is one of the matchups that definitely targets red black efficiently because they go so far over the top of you. I've always said the way the metagame breaks down when you're looking at the top 2 decks in the format is if you win on turn 3 or win by turn 4, you're favored against green but unfavored against red black. If you win on turn 10, you're favored against red black but not green. No duress. I cut them from this list so we could try and fit in the ley lines. I'm not sure what numbers I'm going to end up playing for the weekend, though. Ever make a half-decent Ignis combo deck? Yeah, it top-aided a prelim, or not a prelim, a challenge, actually, a while ago. Huh. Well, we're going to take this incarnation and be very likely dead already. Yeah. Yeah, decks like that are very annoying on Moto, to be fair, but you do somewhat get used to them the longer you play them. Become less painful. Still not fun, mind you, but less painful. I know a friend of mine is a big Bomberman player, in paper and refuses to play the deck for similar reasons on Moto. Because he uses Bobble as a big way to like draw 30, and that just takes 100 years with having to click salvagers every time you want to loop to get your mana, and then loop to do it again. It's a pain. Understandable. Pitched Full Smear in a land. Kept Fire's Trial. Ooh. They have Fire's Trial. Oh, they didn't have an untapped land. They also don't have an untapped land. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna pitch this Rending Volley, see if we can't hit a land. We don't. Not this. Wanted to hit the land so we could go stomp and then stomp the flip one here without having to slow down our progression or development. Temporary lockdown. Interesting one. Especially since they're playing Chain. Alright, here comes Fires plus probably Trial. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Just lapped the mic by accident. Oh, that is a land. It's not the land we're looking for. Kill this. Fortunately, we are now officially well behind, because with Fires, they can just get Yorion, and we're pretty doomed. Yeah, I think we might even be able to call this one, unfortunately. Like I said, unfortunately, this is just a matchup that you are very unlikely to... Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. The value train has left the station. Yeah. All right. Bit of a prediction to see if we can get that 4-1 going. Ooh, good hand. Nice curve. We're on the draw, too, so we get to see what they're playing before we Thoughtseize. Cruel things. If we can take a 3-drop, we're happy. Anyway, 5-card Incarnation can hedge for its green matchup. It's tough, man. It's really tough. It just doesn't line up very well because, like I said, your engine is so slow that they're able to combo you more likely than not. Just casting a Bushwhacker. That is a sign of weakness if ever I've seen one. Cast a Bushwhacker. Kill the Bushwhacker. They have enough lands that killing this elf isn't going to slow them down particularly, would be my estimation. Oh, then they play a Rampager, so I suppose. Willing to take 4. We could have just played the Bone Crusher to offer a trade here, but not in a rush. We'll get to that part soon. Another elf. Land. Eat your Spellbreaker. Gonna offer a trade here. Hope we don't get voted or Embercleaved. Oh hey, we won. Alright. Sure. Bring in these. The Lone Gambler. You hate to see it. People were just talking about how much they wanted to gamble yesterday. Hate to see it. I don't think we want Hidetsuga, to be honest. We want it more than Lily. I think we're happy just to board in our extinction events, take out our Thoughtseizes, bring in a Braid. This hand's cracked. Absolutely devastating. Opponent, I'm sorry in advance. That's why you play Rakdos, right? You just have these hands that are just like, how does generic aggro deck ever win? Well, a lot of elves is a good start, I suppose. We can get boated here. If they braid. Yeah, we're getting boated. Oh, just stomp? Sure. Sure. That's much less scary. I will offer this trade too. About to just pop off. Yeah, I don't offer the trade. I lied. I told a word a lie. We have plenty of removal. No need to offer that trade. Oozles, no. Oh. Odd would be nice here. I actually want to keep the Abrade, I think. I know it feels weird, but I kind of want to keep the Abrade. Fine. In case they do drop a boat on our head. Boat is very scary, to be honest. Good black harvester. Now we can extinction event for odd at some point if we want to, and we at least keep our harvester. Oh boy, there's an Atarkus command in it. In it. I'm block because I'm not taking 30. I will take 7 though. As far as things go, not as scary as it could be. Just extinction event here. We're just winning on board though. Gonna play a tap land. This. We're winning on board. I'll regret it if they play something scary, but yeah. Seemed unlikely. Yo, we got some people putting in for the Space Jace. We're getting real close to the end of that. If you haven't heard already, we have a cosplay situation going where if we can hit our goal, I'm gonna do a 10-hour stream dressed as Space Jace, so we can Space Jason up in here. Nice little 4-1. All right, nice little 4-1. Right back. So close. We found Enigmatic that stopped us. I'll take a 4-1 to start the day. Not a bad look. I just want to keep running it though. Yeah, those kind of matchups against aggro where you just get to murder them is real nice. Big fan. Degen's invaded my office to go play with the cat. He's hiding off. The cat was just sleeping, being viciously attacked with Moz and Snuggles. Play. We got What we doing here, opponent? Oh no, another Yorion deck. Well, we're gonna keep, but we're gonna be real unhappy if it's another Enigmatic to start this one out. Alright, Castle Den 2-3. I mean, I guess what is the best case scenario? Is blue-white? Most blue-white isn't Yorion anymore. The mono-white mid-range, which also isn't really a good matchup. Oh, very cute. It is mono-white splashing Fable. Alright, this is a tough matchup. Slightly tough matchup. They're able to gum up the board a lot, so we're going to need to try and just, like, choke them out where we can, and Yorion's going to be a big problem. Actually just wrote about this deck. Okay. And yeah, this is another one of the decks that's able to target Rakdos while still having a reasonable matchup across the field, but still struggles against green. Specifically because, again, you're trying to get to that late game position. Ooh, I wonder if they're splashing Verse and Fable. Well, Liliana's a good one. One's a good one, but I want to just make sure we clear the way for a Fable. God. Yikes. Okay, well. Yeah, that's gonna happen. It's gonna be unfortunate later for us, but Pat's. She's like leaning over. She's like, I don't know if you heard, but I'm cute and I want pets. She is. She's the star of the show. She can't believe I haven't shown her off even more. Put her paw in my hand. Like cheating. She shouldn't be this cute. It really is rude. Alright, Peacekeeper comes in. What do we got? Just tuning in, but your opponent has a banned card? Only sometimes, Micah. Only in the wrong cues. How you doing, Micah? I haven't seen you in a hot second. We've been doing well, friend. You playing in the RCQ Saturday? I'm super busy. Hope it's good busy. Not? Well, fair enough. And I won't see you. Finally sneaking out to get to play in one. Good, good. Yeah, good busy is good. This confuses me. Because now we can just Liliana them. And eat this for free instead of not doing that. And yeah, you can buy back your Inspector, but that's... Inspector Clouseau is not scary to me, being honest. I think I even had a whole section in my mono-white mid-range article about how much I hate that card. Somewhere AE Digital just got mad. I call the opponent clueless, but that'd be factually incorrect. True. They got too many clues. They're too aware of the situation. I think I'm happier to trade this Bone Crusher than I am to trade this Trespasser in this situation. I pitch a land. Yeah. Trade, play a Trespasser. Let's make this as low resource of a game as we can, please. Track clue. Okay. Not a lot of things they could draw. They could draw a Vanishing Verse. They're playing a main. Fatal Push. But again, they have more red sources than black sources, so I'm presuming they're the Fable version and not the black version. One could argue the more clues they have, the more clueless they are without the enhanced knowledge of said clues. True. True. Until you crack the clues, you're just like, what are these? What are these weird vines? And you crack a clue and you're like, oh, Emrakul's in the moon. And then everyone's like, what do you mean? What's an Emrakul? What's a moon? And if we get Tron lands and stuff back, maybe we'll get some big Phyrexians cooking. Tron lands and Pioneer. Concept art for the Tron lands got spoiled today. The world building for Brothers War started today, and there was concept art of Urza's tower, and so we don't know if it's going to be like some alt product, some Dominaria remastered thing, or if we're actually going to get Tron lands in Standard and Pioneer. So yeah, we'll see. Spoilers, I think, start next Friday. So we'll keep an ear to the ground. But yeah, that was the hot news this morning. Is the world building article dropped, and we're gonna see the world building stream soon. Tron lands and Standard are gonna destroy your wallet. That'd be sick. The thing about Tron though, right, is you can't Tron into Karn Liberated. You can only Tron into Ugin. And like, don't get me wrong, Troning into Ugin is big game. But also, is it that impressive? I mean, it's good. Good. I don't know if I'd say it's like incredible. Yeah, no Wormcoil engine. Again, you'd basically have Eldrazi Tron in Pioneer, which, like, again, if I'm being honest, is that bad? Really? I don't mind it that much. I'm gonna start here. If I can't. Oh, yes. That's much better. Trespasser. It's fine. You do get Forsaken Monument. That's right. Try and smooth people into calmness. It's fine, I promise. Well, again, it's like, if we have like an Eldrazi Tron situation, I think that's actually cool. I think that's a cool archetype to exist, right? Like, if you got to be able to play like all the Eldrazi that are around, you don't have the super broken stuff. You don't have Wormcoil Engine. You don't have Karn. Like, you do get Reality Smasher. You get Thought-Knot Seer. You get Battery Shaper. Like, you get a lot of cool stuff. Like, yeah, what's the coolest turn 3 7 drop you could play? And it's like probably not that broken. And again, without Karn Liberated, it's not that scary. Maybe it's still too good. I don't know. I'd love to find out though. It's cool though. It's a thought. I mean, if you told me that Eldrazi Tron would be legal in at Atlanta, I'm gonna be interested. Liquid Metal Torque? No, Liquid Metal Coating isn't. I don't know. Is Torque? No. Doesn't 4-mana Karn just break it in half though? Probably not. I mean, like, again, the question we have to keep asking is like, what's 4-mana Karn getting that's broken, right? Urzoko? Dude, I would love an Urzoko. Hit me up with that any day. Yeah, it's Modern Horizons. It's definitely not legal. Yeah, coding's not legal. Like, again, you basically just get the same Karn board we have now, right? Your Mycosynth Lattice is Godpharaoh's statue, and that's eminently beatable compared to like actual Mycosynth Lattice. So again, maybe you have to tweak something, maybe you have to do something, but right. I'll be honest, I think if you told me that Eldrazi Tron could exist, I wouldn't be shocked. I'd kind of be like, why? But why is a real interesting question as opposed to just like not letting it happen. Alright, we don't want to cast a Dreadbore until after this Elspeth flickers and brings back an Annoying Procession. I ceremoniously reject your assumption. Fair. You dissing the greatest spaghetti boys? Yeah, even like Emrakul is like not that scary. Now that I've like talked myself through it, I kind of want to try Etron and Pioneer. I'm sad you didn't laugh at my magic pun. Oh, true. Ceremoniously reject. Aha, you got me. No ancient stirrings? Nope. Was in Dominaria. They were talking about reprinting Tron and backed off the last minute. Could be. Could be interesting. God, I haven't played with ceremonious rejection in a hot minute. No ancient stirrings. No, like again, no map. You have the like map that looks at the top 6. That's a lot worse. Comes into play tapped, I think. Like again, there's no Basilisk Collar. There's no Ballista. Like, I'm just saying. Like maybe it makes that Paradox Engine Karn deck real by just like having more mana, or it makes like a mono green Eldrazi deck real by just having more mana. But like, I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't think that's a net negative, all things considered. I think that's kind of fine. Tablet already sees some play in Tron versions, yeah, exactly. But it's not gonna be it's not gonna be as powerful as map as on a consistent basis. But again, it sort of just sits in that spot where I'm like, I'm interested. I can't say I'm locked into it as a great thing, but I'm interested. God, these mono white mid-range decks are cool. I like them a lot. Beseiju and Scrying mean you still probably go green? Probably. And also Beseiju is a good answer to these Tron lands. Like everyone just has access to a way to kill Tron lands with Field of Ruin too. And the format's slow enough that you can just field. Divna, thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. Yeah, you do still probably go green. But like, what's your like green top end too? It's not like you have Thragtusk either. So you are probably just like green Eldrazi. Or just oh God, that's brutal. Them finding both of their copies of Elspeth Conquers Death here is brutal, man. And they have 2 cards in hand, so we can't even hit their Yorion. Sheesh, sheesh. They had Karn Yorion and they drew Elspeth. Yeah, we're doomed here. I was so confused because I was on YouTube and didn't realize you were here in Twitch too. Oh yeah. Yeah, we're doing that nice multi-stream. Been testing the waters with it. It's been going well. Been enjoying it. Always nice to have both. There, and I know there's less ads over on YouTube, so some people prefer that. Whereas like obviously there's no ads with Twitch Prime or any other subs here on Twitch. Some people prefer the Twitch player, some prefer YouTube. The VODs are sometimes easier on YouTube, so just trying out different things. Always worth trying out things as we get beat up by mono white. This mono white deck is really interesting to me. I don't think it's able to realistically beat mono green consistently. And that's the only thing keeping me from playing it more. Just because, again, you're kind of slow. And you don't close the game quickly. But against a lot of the other decks in the format, I do like these mid-range decks. Try to make blue-white control work. Unfortunately, blue-white just keeps going down. It can't beat Rakdos or mono green consistently. Like, top players can beat Rakdos more often than not if they're paired into not top Rakdos players, but like assuming an equal skill level across the board, I would not be happy to be with a blue-white player in most of those situations. And like I was trying to play blue-white at an RCQ, and I just like kept running headfirst into red-black, and it was not good. It was not good for us at all. All right, bring in some of these things. Braid is also fine. Fatal Push is not necessary. Bully's not great. Boy, it hasn't been good for a while. True. I always went against mono green, but Rakdos is tough. Yeah, I haven't lost to blue white very often with mono green, and then it picked up a lot of percentages for a hot second, and then it went back to feeling rough for blue white. But I know it might just be a situation of who you're playing or when you're playing. The volleys just aren't worth it because they have so much recursive value. Nice bank busters also are probably just worse, even though we want them. We don't want the game to go that late because they just have much better engines than us, unfortunately. All right, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, unfortunately, these kind of matchups they just have better mid to late game engines. It's kind of like Enigmatic, but with a much faster play to the board. They are playing both. Both are scary. Yeah. Playing full Mardu is probably a smart move here. Found demonic pack piles really nice at the moment. Interesting. I haven't run into too many demonic pack piles, but like these style decks are very strong right now. And again, splashing both red and black is very, very smart, I think, here. Because a lot of these decks are just mono white splashing one color, but like you can kind of get away with just splashing, be mono white splashing verse Fable pretty clean. I think it's very good. Maybe that's enough to push it over the top of being able to beat mono green, because verse is insane against it, along with like Conquer's Death, but we'll have to see. Building out the mana base for this deck, I'm sure in a Yorion Shell gets trickier too. I'm gonna stomp now in case they pick Bone Crusher. Yeah, Fable also kind of splashes verse is nice. Yeah, it's definitely this mono white mid range deck is definitely one of the newer decks I quite like for people taking stabs at red black. Like I said, it's good against a lot of things. I would say it's probably going to struggle against Arclight to a degree, though you can beat it for sure with your removal. Because most of your removal is able to answer their stuff cleanly, especially if you're splashing bursts, but you're going to definitely struggle into mono green. And that's my big concern. But like I said, this is one of the decks that can actually target. Yasma, thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. You know why Greasefang doesn't play any Skyclaves? The backup plan is not what you want to be doing. They name Bone Crusher, or they have to name Stomp. They have to name Bone Crusher, and you could cast Stomp, but then if we wanted to cast it, it'd still be tough. It'd still be extra costed. This play tap. Wasn't mono white built to combat mono green, or is love strap? Mono white aggro. Mono white humans beats up on what's it called? Beats up a mono green. This is mono white mid range, which is a lot better against red black from what I've played against it. Yeah, you really don't want to use stuff like Skyclave often in decks like Greasefang because you are more all in on the combo, and having a backup plan is nice, but it generally means you're not doing what you're trying to do, which is the whole reason the deck's in a good spot right now, or even in a reasonable spot. Skyclave, eat that, attack for 3. this. Play it. Like an Elspeth Conquers Death or Bone Crusher. Yeah, like I said, it's just impossible to close the game fast enough in this matchup. Because unlike a lot of like mid-range hater decks like Enigmatic, which also again, same problem, right? Is that they're able to establish their engine with enough time because you can't pressure them, but you can steal some games against Enigmatic with fast starts where they have clunky starts. All of the cards that get you to your engine in this deck are creatures, so like you can't push through damage against them. So again, these kind of decks are very powerful. I've liked them a lot. We're in trouble. I think I'm just gonna eat their Skyclave so they can't buy it back. It's not a great plan, but it's the plan we have. As the tournament finishes, it has menace. As the tournament finishes and the constant tier changes in the meta, do you consider Pioneer an expertise format as modern? I mean, I think every format is expertise to a point, right? Like you're always going to be better off knowing more than less when it comes to format comfort. But I mean, I think the difference is that modern is a bigger pool of cards and decks, so you need to have more expertise in the overall format to be able to play decks that require it. Whereas Pioneer, to a degree, you can get away with a little less. Not much less. I think you do still need to know the format, but it depends what deck you play, right? Mono green can kind of get away with not knowing much of the format as long as you know your deck, things like that. Greasefang, similar. But a lot of decks you do somewhat need to have some format knowledge. It's just generally a little less, not much less, but just a little. They have a Vanishing Verse, so I don't really want to attack in with the Hive here. We need a good Sultai deck in the format. Maybe. I mean, it's we need it in the same way that like we could use any color combination. Like we could use a good Jeskai deck in the format, right? I think people like their mid-range piles, and Sultai is just another generic mid-range pile you can throw together. Nothing wrong with it. I don't know if we need it so much as it's just a nice thing people enjoy having. Got Cook in here. We have a bit of a time lead here. We're getting close to throwing up some Marvel Snap while we're waiting. Maybe with TBT, 5-color decks become more playable in Pioneer. What is TBT? TBW? Oh, Brothers War. We're not going with Bro? How are we not going with Bro? Bruh? We're not Brun? Throwback Wednesday? Oh yeah. One of these days we gotta make a new Facebook account so I can have my nice little throwback Wednesdays for you. TBT. Yeah, the Brothers War is gonna be interesting. But it is already weighing on my mind how much we're gonna need to look into all of these cards 24/7 as spoilers come up. I think with a top tier control deck, Pioneer would feel great. Maybe. I mean, I think a lot of people would hate control being good because I remember when I played Blue White in the Super PTQ and we played the mirror like 4 times, people were very unhappy. I think the problem is that every deck is represented in Pioneer.
you can play any deck. You can win with any deck. You can top 8 with any deck reasonably. The problem is the more competitive the field, the less true that becomes, and I think people are unhappy with the idea that not every archetype can be at the top of the metagame, and that's just not going to happen. That's just not realistic. In any metagame, right? Like any format is not going to have one of everything be applicable at the top of the metagame. I think that's just something that in general is tough if like it so happens that the archetype you enjoy isn't one of those at the top. I was at LMS Copenhagen when there was no recent releases, and even then people rushed in like animals to get the vendors to get staples. Oh yeah, it's gonna be awful. Well, with the change to pre-releases, at least at SCG Philly, I think people are able to buy actual cards like singles, so that's good at least. But yeah, it's gonna be scary. Gonna be scary. I kill this, but I can't. I need to save this for Yorion. Yeah, I mean, I'm worried. I'm worried that I'm gonna have to submit a deck and not have the cards for it. I'm worried that I remember playing GP Providence 2016. I was playing Jeskai Control right after Kaladesh came out, and I needed 4 Torrential Gearhulks, and then they were $50 or like $40 a piece at the GP, and I had to buy them. Sucked. But like I couldn't play my Jeskai Control deck without them. I ended up making my money back from cashing the event, but like the RC is going to be similar. Like you're just going to show up and hope that whatever powerful magic cards get dropped are not so utterly needed that you're not able to play without them, or that nothing huge shakes up, or it's like, you know, like if Tron lands are a big deal and they like if Tron lands come out, right, the benefit is that we can speculate and just go buy 12 Tron lands right now, and like that's fine. But if like you need 4 Mishras or your deck's not competitive, like what are you gonna do? Not pay the $50 per to go to this tournament you're traveling to try and queue for Worlds in the Pro Tour? Like you're just kind of at the mercy. And like you can't even rely on pre-releases because like a lot of, or not pre-releases, pre-orders, because a lot of times they can get canceled, they can get delayed. You have to buy the card twice anyway. Like it's just setting yourself up for some problems. And I understand that that's not Wizards' problem to a degree, but I'm sad about it. All right, we've reached the point where the second Elspeth Conqueror's death comes down, and we're probably dead because they're gonna get Yorion back. Yeah, Fable is just an amazing card. All right. We're dead. GG's. Yeah, that deck's good. How the Pro Tour used to be, kind of, but like not really, right? Like when I played the PT, it was usually like 2-3 weeks after the set came out, so like you always had time. Like yeah, it was tough to test for the PT with actual cards, but like you just test it with proxies. Who cares? Or like you play your local PPTQ or whatever with like half the cards you want. You're just like test them out. But like it's very different. Oh, we're up against Lotus Field. Yep. Well, bad matchup and a bad matchup. It do be. Ooh, but if they have a scrying, we can take it. If they don't, we can strip their hand. Oops. Yeah, we're gonna probably take an L here. Take an L. All right. Here. They're gonna have 6 mana next turn. We're gonna die. This is like the what decks could you line up to hate to see as Rakdos, and mono white mid-range into Lotus Field is pretty far up there on things you would like not to see. Yeah, make 6 mana. Yeah. Excuse me. Gonna get the BM attack? No. Sad. No BM attack. Unlucky. Alright, opponent. Kill me. Kill me. The Joker standing in the middle of the road. Hit me. Oh, they're just passing. I like that. See these fatal pushes? Out of here. Out of here with you. I just want the treasure token here. Fine. Cletus. Uncle Cletus has come to town. Thought sees you. Hope they have a ultimatum in hand. Any ultimatums that you couldn't cast this turn? They would have played a land if they drew it, other than Lotus Field. So my guess is they drew an ultimatum. Or like a Behold. Here's ugh. Drew an Otawara? That's a bummer for the Cletus or the Croxa plan we're trying to get into place. Oh, what are we doing? What are we doing? Stop tap mana. It's illegal. They buy back a Pour Over the Pages? Well, that's gonna hurt. Gonna hurt a lot. Kill that. Doc. Play Croxa. We need their Pour Over the Pages to miss tragically. They're gonna pitch the Otawara for sure, for sure. Had an amazing time with humans against Lotus Field. Comboed, made an 8-minute turn, finished with ultimatum, 2 mana floating, cast Omniscience, tutor, pay 2 for Thalia, and with the Omniscience in field, Thalia in play completely tapped out. Ooh. Yeah, I mean, humans is the reason that Lotus Field is continually down. Like, Atarka Red and humans just absolutely butcher this deck. Like, not close to being close, kind of butchering. Billy the Butcher over here. All right. Any misses in chat? Any no pleases? Pitch up Grazer. We don't even have duresses in our sideboard. We're so dead in this matchup. Ooh, Impulse is kind of good for us. They have to hit Hidden Strings into Ultimatum or have one in the hand to hit one. And we have lethal on board, so we are threatening. Oh no. Oh no. Tapping black mana? Is this a could be a Dark Petition, find Hidden Strings, go Hidden Strings, and then you just need the ultimatum. They need ultimatum here. No ultimatum, no win. What you got, opponent? We do have lethal, right? 2, 4, 6. Yeah. Yeah. We got him. Alright, want Rending Volleys. Instead of Fatal Pushes. Red Boars. We don't even want these ley lines, but they do make Lear worse. Do we even care? Is there a better thing we could be doing? Probably not. None of these are better. Are we worried about mono green at the RCQ? I mean, yes, always, but also it's a situation where like I think people are going to be targeting mono green rather aggressively. And I think the issue is like all the decks that target mono green have bad Rakdos matchups. And like mono green has been crushing the last couple weeks online. I think people are starting to see that mono green left to its own devices is a problem. And so like I think people are gonna play things like mono white and arc light and Atarka red at the RCQ, and I'm trying to roll the dice that I'm gonna play the deck that's good into it. Oh, well, I wanted to play this tapped on one, but I really want to take their Sylvan Scrying. They don't have it Sylvan Scrying, so I'm gonna take their Hidden Strings. People bought too far into the mono greens, easily hit it out, so they stopped taking it out. I don't even think that's it. I think it's just like you have to really hard target it. It's you can't. What people want to do is they want to hedge, right? And I hear this question all the time when talking about stuff. This opening hand just sucks, right? Well, they run them on the 5, right? It probably didn't want to go to 4, but yeah, it's not great to put it lightly. Gonna stop now. Yeah, I think what people have wanted to do, and like I've heard this a lot when talking about like the Pioneer metagame, is they want to find the mythological deck that beats red, black, and green. And like a couple of them exist, but they are tragically bad into everything else. And I think the thing is, people just want to find this mythological deck that's good into everything, and it just doesn't exist. And like, so they decide to target one thing or another, and so red black was doing better, so they start targeting red black, and then mono green does better, so they target mono green, and then we switch, and we keep doing this back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And the secret's just going to be that, like, in the end, whatever sits on top that weekend is usually what people aren't targeting, and that's just the truth of it. Is it loses against Rakdos? Yes. Trespasser, some lists like mine are playing ley lines. You have plenty of removal. If you can turn off the graveyard, Shieldred. If you can Thoughtseize their lightning axes, they don't have a lot of answers. So at RCQ, it's all going to be about timing. I mean, kind of, but also just remember that like a good way to make it less about like things you can't control is just to play a deck that you're able to metagame as best you can. Like red black can beat green, you just need to play the right number of sideboard cards and have the right game plan. You're unfavored, but you can still win. And I think a lot of people are scared of being an underdog in certain matchups. And that's fair. I understand it. Just absorb everything. Absorb needs to be banned. Easy. Yeah, Greasefang and always draw your combo strong. Not gonna lie. Hey, look, our Lear came down, and we have this nice Leyline of the Void. Hey, how are you? I'm doing well, Alex. Good luck in the RCQ. Thanks so much. Yeah, we got an RCQ this weekend and a Degen Open. So for those of you who don't know, I am sponsored by Degen Gaming. Awesome stream team, and they also put up tournaments. So we have a nice little $500 Pioneer tournament going on this weekend. If you check out my Twitter, I don't want to keep that. If you check out my Twitter, you can see it up there. The link to join. There's only like 8 or so people in it right now. Like I said, it's guaranteed prizes of $500, which is great. I'll be playing it on Sunday. I'll be streaming it too, for those who would like to also join me in it. My guess is Karn gets the boot the next BNR. God, I don't want to talk about bans anymore. I have laid out my thoughts on the bans so often at this point. I think if you're gonna ban something, what my expectation of the no ban is that they are expecting Bro to shake a lot of things up. And given that we have the idea of the Tron lands coming, they're probably right. But it does make it a little stagnant right now. 2-0ing Lotus Field's not okay. That's not supposed to happen. Yeah, every that's the benefit, right? This is how eternal formats are supposed to be in theory, right? Is like every new set is just a brand new format. Tronlands Troll Despair. Yo, I would play some E-Tron. That's all I'm saying. Where are we getting the Tronlands gossip? Wizards released a world building, and one of the for Brothers War, and one of the things that was released was art for Urza's Tower. And so people are speculating that, like, what we doing here? I would actually quite like it, to be honest. I think see, I can grab the picture. People have been chatting about it all morning. Rolling. Yeah, so this got released this morning. At my original Tronlands to show off again. There you go. Yeah, this got shown off. It might just be like one of those things where they're like, this is the world of Urza, so in the context of the world building, you need to know that Urza's tower exists, and we're not going to print it. But we don't know. We're not getting Mishra's Workshop. That one's not happening for several reasons. All right, we'll keep this on the draw. It says Urza's tower concept, not Urza's tower concept. Ah, got him. It could be. That's the thing. We don't know, but that's why we're chatting. We all will be known, just not right now. Not for a few days. They could. I would actually. I have yet to see someone propose something that would make me that scared of Tron and Pioneer, because again, we don't have Karn Liberated, right? Like, for how long was Tron just a deck that had to have Karn Liberated on 3, or you were just kind of like doing not much, right? Like, we have decks that can really punish you in Pioneer, like this one, right? Like, if you're trying to turn 4 an Ugin and you're at like 3 life, that's a problem. But again, I think E-Tron could be cool. I would love to have E-Tron and Pioneer. I think the Eldrazi are criminally underplayed because there's just no reason to play them. Well, remember, Karn doesn't have as much fuel to leverage in Pioneer. The reason Karn is so good is because of decks like Mono Green that can leverage it in an unfair way. That's not quite the same as what E-Tron would do. Assumedly, you know, obviously we're we'll see. Yeah, no Trinisphere, no Chalice, no Mycosynth Lattice, no Ensnaring Bridge. Like, all the heavy hitters are not present. Yeah, Karn and Tron is completely different, but E-Tron also. I don't know. What are we like? What's our turn 3? Right? Like, you natural Karn, you natural Tron on 3. What are we doing? Like, what's our big 7-mana colorless payoff here? I mean, presumably they'll print something in general, right? Like, because why not? But like, these are your best 7 drops in Pioneer. Yeah, you have Green Tron Aspiring, like, to rarity. So, like, these are the best 7s you could do. No Ostone, no Wormcoil, no Coding. Like, what are we? We're just like getting we're playing a Meteor Golem on 3 that can't hit lands. This is actually it. I mean, you could Scour from Existence a land, but like, let me tell you, if people are putting 4 Scour from Existence in their deck, I'm not scared. I'll say it. I mean, Chromatic Orrery is kind of interesting, but like, that's a big step down from Karn, right? Like, we're we're not talking in the same ball game. Yeah, no stirrings. The artifact mana cantrips aren't in there. Not nearly as efficiently anyway. I mean, it only restricts what you can print to a degree, right? I don't think they're ever printing Wormcoil Engine again into Standard. Like, I think the thing is, most of the Tron cards are not a threat to get reprinted. Like, I'll say it, I'm not scared of them being like, you know what, today we're gonna print Wormcoil Engine into Standard. Thank you. Ooh, this looks delicious. Big Shark Typhoon, but then you gotta be blue. Like, what are you getting from blue? Because, like, right now we're talking about being green, which makes the most sense to me. I think I am just gonna braid this. Probably get a Mega Wrecked by Spirits. Yeah, it would die to Spirits, it would die to any aggro deck. Like I said, it'd be E-Tron, because then you just, like, plop a Reality Smasher down, you can actually do something. But again, how scared are we of E-Tron? I kind of like the concept of E-Tron in Pioneer. Ooh, this is delicious. I'm gonna play a Fable here. Immediately forces them to interact. Oh no. Prepare to block. Okay, that's fine. Things that are fine include but are not limited to. I would like to pitch Croxa Fable. Shieldred. Yes, please. Thank you, my dear. My favorite Praetor has come to rescue us from a Tarkareb. See, this is why I like Rakdos. I just like being able to just win games for free. Just kill your thing, kill your thing. Oh, you're playing 2-drops? Here's a Shieldred. Here's a Kalitas. Class dismissed. I mean, it's not always that easy, don't get me wrong, but when it is that easy, it's really nice. Just jam big shit? Absolutely. See what I mean? Present 4-drop. Proceed to the root. Alright. Braid, Extinction Event, Itsuga, Nazis, Liliana. Underdog trades, so I'll get rid of Croxa. Thoughts on Snapcaster if it's ever printed into Pioneer? It would do what it did in Modern for a long time, where it'd be good, but like, I don't think it would break anything. I think it would be good. We have Founding of the First Path, and it hasn't done anything. And like a 2-1 body isn't going to shake up the format very much, so I think it's fine. I think in a format where you already have a bunch of Delve spells, Snapcaster misses its best targeting in that you're mostly going to end up with a lot of cards out of your graveyard. Like, I'm sure it would see play. Again, I'm sure it would see play, I'm just not... I would not expect great things from it, to be honest. Basic swamps is going to be a no from me. What about 2 basic mountains? Sure. Mainly because we have removal into Fable, into Kalitas potentially. Snap Fable seems like a good starting point. True. I remember somebody once paid me on stream to make my basics match, and otherwise I'm never going to do it, so in case that is something that bothers you, welcome to the channel. No 2-drop is good for us, huh? I'm Bone Crushered. Rude. Lily wasn't printed. Yeah, I mean, I think they're a lot less caring about the whole, like, cards have to be in certain sets thing anymore. Maybe it's just me, but, like, I kind of view it that way. I don't think they care as much as they used to. They still care to a degree, but not nearly as much, I think. Black source? No, not a black source. Okay. Well, now we have this trespasser for when we eventually draw a black source. We get Hazid. That would make sense in Bro. Also true. No, it's fine. Swamp. Hey, Swamp. That'll play. Need the squee. I hit Itsuga for later. Trade off here. Land. Oh, we're dead. Unlucky. Okay, game 3. This happens to us a lot in this matchup. To die game 2 to not drawing lands. That's why we get a game 3. I mean, Hazard's a good card. That's why we board in our extinction event. Fair. Again, there's a lot of interesting cards that could show up in Bro. I'm excited to find out what'll be there. A little awkward, but we can at least cycle this. Cycle the blood token. We have good mana. Every draw in our deck other than lands is pretty good. Balance. No 1-drop, huh? Remember what I said about land, huh? Is Bro on Dominaria? Right plane to finally reprint fast lands? I think so. But I think we're getting the fast lands on in the new March of the Machines, right? Isn't that like confirmed? Maybe confirmed is too strong a word, but I thought it was like it's confirmed we're getting the pain lands in the next set, I think, and then after that, I think we're getting the fast lands when we go to March of the Machines. Keep up just enough to be half right and then mislead. Fair. Fauna Shaman's getting reprinted. Interesting. Be an interesting one. That's what we were looking for. Fastlands came from Mirrodin and Kaladesh. Yeah, the Fastlands should be on March of the Machines or return to Phyrexia. They're like attack, 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 no attack. Sure. One. Eh. We're just gonna keep looting until eventually we find what we're looking for here. I mean, we're attacking for lethal next turn. I knew we'd get a workshop. Wrong, brother, though. That's true. We gotta get an Urza's workshop now. Really level the family playing field. Ooh, Tapland there is tough for them. Blocks. No attacks. Yep. Attack. Give me that, give me that. And we got 2 creature lands. We got a Hitsuga coming. Attacking for 7. They're at 8. Sure. So Kenzen, you're in there, bud. Block, block. Can't even double block because they really don't want to take 4. What do you got for us, opponent? What are we scared of? Hazoret? They play Hazoret, we stand up Hive, we attack with Hive and Harvest, or just Hive. Bushwhacker? Sure. 1 in hand. There's no cards in graveyards. Can we skip putting those triggers on the stack? Maybe. Get a 1. The creature in the yard. Yeah. Put 2 creatures in the yard. Fact. Like they have an Atarkus command. Can't do anything for them. And they have to block because this is 10. Yeah. Alright. Well, have successfully defeated Tarkaret again. As intended. All things as intended. Alright, let's see what we got. Continuing our track of hopefully getting to another 4-1 here. Right, Serpato on the draw here. Well, looks like we're up against either Heroic or Sacrifice. Trying to type. That's a mulligan. That's a keep. Gonna be scary if they hit us with the oven on 1. We just put a Thoughtseize away. If they hit us with the oven on 1, we're just kind of behind enough that trouble. Putting away a land is a little scary when we're gonna need to hit our 3 here. Oh. Oh, that's a pleasant surprise. It could be Gruul vehicles with Gigantha. If you don't play Pack Leader, you can get away with Gigantha. Let's find out. Oh, photo crashed. Error. Sometimes it'd be an error report. It's a report angle, boys. It's a report angle. What you got? You should load in pretty quickly. Certainly shouldn't be a match loss. Like a solid 10 minutes. What? What? Yeah, I know they'll refund it. That's not the problem. The game crashed and therefore it gave us a loss instead of just like letting us relog back in. That's yeah, I don't know what to say about that. Like, I'm not crazy, right? Like we have challenges and like premiere events coming at some point in the near future. Like Moto crashed. It's not like I closed Moto. That's okay. All right. Well, not really sure what to do about that. Screen grab that real quick. That's wild. That's I like normally like that's just a functionality that's been there for ages. Is like, yeah, the game will crash every once in a while. It's spaghetti code. It happens. But like, you just log back in. It takes like 10 seconds. Why is it an instant game loss or like match loss? Like what's the benefit? Like normally I can understand it of like they built it under certain constraints or whatever. But like, what's the benefit here? Like now you lose connection. You just die. Like, game over. Fun. Like what the? I don't even understand. Wild. Yeah, not how I expected that to go down. But also, it's just like it's a moto bug. You can't even like mitigate it. It just happens sometimes. Yeah. On the play with a castle, I'll keep this hand. Happened at least twice today. Jeez. Yeah, that's not a fan of that. Really, really hope that gets fixed, Ace. Alright, well now we're playing against mono green, so see if we can do the thing. This is not the hand we need against mono green, to be fair. Huh, yeah. Not looking good for us here. That's fine. Our refund league is apparently gonna be a death to mono green game one. Like very close to just drawing a card and conceding game one here. Children's interesting. Rather was a Kalidas here, to be honest, but 5 in hand, we're pretty dead. I'm willing to concede to just about anything here. We'll do the hover hand concession. Game 2. Yeah, this is not the kind of hand you need against them. Extinction Event, a Braid. Lily's fine, Dreadbore's good, a Braid's good, Underdog's fine. Mildred's not great. It'll push is good, Thoughtseize is good. Good. Oh, Trespassers. No. Good. Alright, we just need a fast start. Fast start with Kalidas. We're in here. Yeah, I'm just still sitting on that. I don't know how that's supposed to be designed. We'll bounce it, but it's almost too funny to me that they were like, this is a designed thing they want. Guess I just hope it's fixed before challenges and things this weekend, because that's gonna be a shit show. Alright, play this in tap. There. Alright, it's a good draw. Able to curve into Kalidas here. Haven's smart. Don't want to expose elves if you can help it. Well, don't. There we go. Tag. Oh, it's gonna be a Kiora angle. Kiora angle for sure. Oh, we're gonna kill that Kiora. But yeah. Gotta kill this. Doesn't quite leave us enough for Kalidas. Could attack, they block, we play Kalitas, sack this, but this is so much mana if we let this live. I don't think. I mean, we could do odd and then do this, but I think we want to save this. Alright, I think I'm gonna play the Kalitas and pass. Well, no, I'm gonna offer this. Wish we had a fatal push. Yeah, no shot they block. It's all on board. We could have attacked and then played the Kalitas, but I kind of would rather just get the treasure here. But they get a turn of do whatever you want. Our hope is that we're able to extinction event all the odds and then clean the board. It's Dreadboard plus Kalitas cooking. We're in the spot you tend to be against green, where it's just hoping and being in a bad spot. Hey, Dork. You got it. Another one. Yeah, make 30. And becomes 16. There's a lot more now. We're at 6. Do your thing. Get a backup Nykthos? We don't, but we do hit a storm in the yard. They're about to pop off. 4 becomes 2, becomes 14, 15. Yep, storm up. What happened? What I miss? Game crashed and we just lost the match for it, which was not ideal. No Nykthos, that's nice. And we're currently in the getting beat up by green part of the day. Yeah. It wasn't the fall that killed you, but the crash. Sag, true. Funny thing is that we just get to extinction event all of this away, but if they find a Karn off the storm, we die anyway. Alright, I can leave. Okay. Alright, we gotta file for comp on that one, but I'm gonna call it an early day. I don't stuff like that annoys me more than it should, but it does. Like bare level functionality not being there. But it's day one of a new thing. I'm sure it'll bounce back and they'll figure it out. They always do. But before I go, let's send you over to Jamie today. He's over drafting over here. Appreciate y'all. Oh, that's not. Forgot the slash. There we go. Here to go say hi to Jamie for me. Appreciate all you hanging out. I'll be back tomorrow. Hopefully, we'll be not crashing the game. I'll be playing more Rakdos this week while we prep for the RCQ and the event on Sunday, and the tier list video should be out tonight or early tomorrow. gonna log off a little early and get some editing done, so hopefully it can come out tonight. Appreciate y'all, and have a good day.